Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of Ganer Beta. We're going to continue to help you increase your vocabulary by teaching you synonyms to common words. Today we're going to cover the common word we all know, yes. Don't sound like a boring English speaker. Sound very interesting and spice up your English by learning alternatives and synonyms for yes. Today we're going to cover formal ways to say yes. I'm going to give you 12 formal ways to say yes. Next time you're talking to your boss, your teacher, professor, you can use these and sound like a fluent native English speaker. Let's get started. Okay, so the first way you can say yes in a formal setting, you're talking to your boss, you're talking to your teacher, is my favorite way, and that is simple. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Are you going to turn in your assignment? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The second, just like it, but I made it a different way. I made it a different number on our lesson. The second is yes, ma'am. Now, the reason I differentiated this for you guys is because in Bangladesh, I often hear people calling women sir in English. And at first, when I first came to Bangladesh, I was confused about this. Why is that? And I learned later, someone explained to me that the word sir is often more like a title. So it's okay to call someone sir that's a female. For instance, just like it's okay to call them a president or a secretary or some kind of title or position. But in America, you don't want to get yes sir and yes ma'am mixed up. Those are two totally different people. One's a male, one's a female. So that's what you got to remember when you're talking to someone in English and you want to improve your English. You're talking to your boss, your professor. Don't say yes sir to your female professor or your female boss. Say yes ma'am. Okay, number 3, a good way to formally say yes is by all means. Say it with me. By all means. Are you going to have that report to me by 2 p.m.? By all means. By all means. That means like, sure, of course, I'm definitely going to do this. A good formal way to assure your boss, your professor, yes, by all means. Good. Fourth way, this is really common. It can be also informal, but it's a good formal way to say yes. Certainly. Certainly. Did you do your homework? Certainly. Certainly. Just a good, confident, clear, formal way of saying yes. And this next one is just kind of like it, and it is definitely. Definitely. Are you going to turn in your report? Definitely. Definitely. Just a good, clear, confident way to say yes formally to your boss, your professor, someone older than you, that sort of thing. Okay, here's another way, and it's also common, can be used informally, but a good formal way to say yes in some situations is exactly. Exactly. Did you return that $10? Exactly. Exactly. And similar to that is precisely. Precisely. Both mean about the same thing, can be used in similar situations. And again, this is when you're trying to reassure your boss of something and you want to say it respectfully, formally, and just give a good, confident yes. I'm going to get my report tomorrow, right? Precisely. Precisely, you can answer your boss. Okay, moving on, gladly. Your boss asks you to do something and you want to give them something more than just a boring yes. You want to spice up your English, you can say gladly. Hey, bring me some tea. Gladly. Gladly. Practice it with me. Gladly. Okay, moving on, and this is a tricky word to say, and you'll definitely sound educated. This will increase your vocabulary, and it's kind of similar to, maybe precisely or exactly, and that is indubitably. Indubitably. Practice it with me. This is a tricky word, not so common. Indubitably. We're all going to go to dinner together after work, right? Indubitably. Indubitably. It's a hard one, and you will impress your friends, your boss, if you say that one. It's a hard one, but I think you should learn it. And moving on, last one is of course. And this is a good one when you're trying to reassure that boss, reassure that professor, reassure that elder of, yes, I'm definitely going to do this. Of course. You're going to come to school tomorrow, right? Of course. Of course. Just a good, confident reassurance. Okay, guys, there's 12 ways that you can say yes by not sounding like the boring English learner, Kaner Beta. Instead, spice up your English, sound more like a fluent English speaker, and use these synonyms in formal settings to say the common word yes. I'll catch you later on Kaner Beta. See ya.